Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to install TWRP recovery on your HTC One M8. Now this recovery has a couple little bugs in it. Not really a deal breaker for the recovery, but I'll try to explain them to you once we get to that point. Basically what happens is it'll sometimes just do a reboot while you're in recovery, just randomly, and it's totally random. I've used it so far and it hasn't done it for me, but that's what I'm hearing online. But I am going to show you how to get this TWRP recovery on the HTC One M8 Verizon and get it installed. It is actually, I think, the same recovery you'd install on basically any of the HTC One M8s. So that being said, prerequisite for this is you're going to actually have to have S off or unlock bootloader, both preferably, which is what I have on this device. If you don't know how to do that, you'll have to root it, then you'll have to get S off with firewater, and I have videos on all that stuff, so check those out in my video description, my playlist on YouTube. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and power the device off. Power off. And we want to get into HBoot mode or bootloader mode. So to get into bootloader mode, you're going to go ahead and hold the volume down and power from the off screen. And here is bootloader mode. And just to make sure that you have S off and an unlocked bootloader, you can actually see them right here, both of them. Right there on top says S off, and in pink right there it says unlocked. So that means you have an unlocked bootloader and you're good to go. So obviously to even get to this step you have to have your drivers working correctly, because you can't unlock the bootloader without those. So I'm not really going to go over that step. So if you don't know how to get your drivers working right, go back and watch some of my previous videos and we'll talk about that. Basically you install HTC Sync Manager and to get your drivers installed correctly. Alright, so we're in here and we want to get this thing into Fastboot. So to do that, it's already highlighted, so just hit power, and this is going to put it into Fastboot mode so that you can actually flash stuff over to this from the computer. So that being said, let's go check out my computer. Alright guys, so here we are on my computer. Let me actually open this up here so we can get a good view of it. And this is actually my folder with all of my files right now for the HTC One M8. And actually, if you want to get those files, any of them actually, you can actually go right here to my server, and which is rootjunkiesdl.com, and click on this one, and here's everything. And then actually recoveries, the two recoveries I've seen right now that I have are the Clockwork Mod recovery right here with the tiny little print, and then a TWRP recovery image right there, which is the one I'm going to show you how to install today. So go ahead, go here and download this recovery. Once you've downloaded it, just put it into your ADB Fastboot file, or yeah, right here, and you can see I've actually copied it to right here. This is also the file you had firewater in, and if you installed Clockwork Mod recovery, it would have been in the same folder. So everything would be in the same folder here, so we can actually flash it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into this folder, and then you're going to hold shift and right click and open command window here. Very good. And then we're going to do a couple quick commands just to make sure everything is functioning correctly. So we'll do Fastboot Devices, hit enter, and to prove your drivers are working correctly, you should have a number and it should say Fastboot. If they are, you are good to go. So we'll do the next step, which is very easy. It's called Fastboot Flash Recovery, and then all you got to do is take the recovery you want. So I'm going to do TWRP. So you have Fastboot Flash Recovery, and then at the end of recovery you have a space. Then you just take the file you want to flash and just literally drag it right in here, just like that. Click on the top bar to make sure you're still in the window, and then you hit enter. Sending recovery, writing recovery, done. That is it. You can close out the computer program and we'll go back to the device. Alright, so our recovery is flashed. You can see our device is still in this bootloader Fastboot mode. So we're actually going to hit, it's select right there on top, it says HBoot, because we want to just get back to the bootloader menu. Just so you just hit power, just select that, and then now you can see recovery. Scroll down one to re-highlight recovery, and you can actually unplug your USB cable. At this point we're done with that. And hit it. And there you go, you can see it's entering recovery mode, gives you a little warning, HTC, all that goodies right there. and this should boot us into TWRP. There it is, Team Win Recovery Project, and here is TWRP Recovery on the HTC One M8. Super excited, very cool. Now, first thing you want to do once you have a recovery installed that you like, whether it's Clockwork Mod Recovery or TWRP, is make your Nandroid backup. That is your fallback, that is your safety net. So to do that, you just go to Backups, select all your partitions, at least I recommend to do that. Pick your storage location. I have mine set up to micro SD cards, so right here you can pick it. OTG, USB, which is cool if you have one plugged in, or internal or SD card. I like SD card. That's my external SD card, and I can take it in and out easier, and it's just the way I like to back up all my stuff. Then you want to go up here and pick what you want to call this backup. It auto-generates that number right there, which is date, build, release key, some information. You can also add in more, erase in, type in your own name. So I'm going to hit go. And then lastly, you just swipe across to create your Nandroid backup. Now this Nandroid backup for stock, for me, took, oh, I don't know, shoot, maybe like 5 or 6 minutes. It took quite a while, a little slow, but then you can see right here I have that exact backup right there in my restore folder, and I actually named mine at the end of all that information that's auto-populated. I put stock root for the stock rooted device. So and then that's it. Everything else here is pretty standard for TWRP if you've ever used it before. I will be doing some ROM installs on this, so you'll see more done with this interface later on in another date. But once you get your Nandroid backup, you're good. You can start modding and tweaking out your system and not have any worries. If it bricks or soft bricks, you can always get into recovery and you'll be good to go. Just boot into HBoot, select recovery, get in here, hit your restore, and you'll have a functioning device again if you mess it up. So once you're done, just hit reboot and then system, and should be good to go. It does take just a quick second here for this thing to reboot. You can see it's kind of freezing here on that little screen, and then should be good. Should have the HTC, and I think it's going to actually flash HTC twice. You'll see your Verizon boot animation, which sucks. Got to get that thing gone. And then you'll be good to go, and you'll have TWRP recovery on your device and your first Nandroid backup made. That's pretty much going to be the process, guys. Pretty simple, not hard at all to install TWRP recovery on the HTC One M8. Hope you guys like this video. Please stay tuned for more on this device. I will be doing all kinds of fun stuff on it as development happens, and pretty much going to be it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Rootjunky out. Note for extra credit here. Gonna like this. Extra credit. Unlock it, download this because it's very nice. Quick reboot. If you have root access on your device, and if you don't have root access, in that recovery, just go ahead and flash SuperStew and you'll get root access. Then you can get this quick reboots, and it's very nice, very easy to use. And if you want to get into recovery, you can just tap reboot recovery and you will boot right into TWRP recovery very simply and easily, instead of going through your boot menus to get to it. So super nice application. Also boots into HBoot if you want, or Bootloader, or just reboots, does a bunch of different things like that. So very nice. There you go. That's going to be my extra credit for you guys on this video. Catch you guys next time.